accent. No, I'm from Russia, obviously. So I can repeat myself if you need it. It's fine. We had some disturbances today. My laptop died off. I'm not sure if NSA or something else is going on. But it's okay. I got my memory. I still have some left. So, well, my name is Igor Shepard.
No, I'm actually just going to let it run for a little bit.
Okay, I'll be honest with you.
And then see what it does.
From my heart, not from my
It's the first time I'm using this.
First of all,
but it's telling me it's capturing everything on my screen right
I was intelligent section chief for COVID response, Unified Command, the state of Wyoming. I'm spending about 7 years working at the state Wyoming Department of Health. But before that, I need to go a little bit back in my background as a military physician, internist, and specialist on weapons of mass destruction. As I told you, I came from the dark world of communism. Okay, I was born under communism, I was raised under communism. Communism was all over me, around me and inside of me, okay? It's a very dark world, by the way. You don't want to taste that world. Now, the good news for me, in 1992, God shined his marvelous light upon a sinner like me. So I accept Christ in my heart.
You got life.
Changed my life. Not to me, to the Lord. So, but I need to go back a little bit because I'm connecting dots and links now. So you can understand what is kind of vaccines coming upon us and how it's connected actually to Russia and China. Okay? Some things I will say you may never heard before. Some things you might say that's looks like illusion to me, but I want to speak from my back experience, my background. For 4 years, I spent time when I became military officer and military physician at Strategic Rocket Force of Soviet Union. I spent 4 years of my life as a chief health officer in Poland for special battalions, special operations battalions. That's a very unique place. We took care of actually maintenance of biological weapons, mid-range, specifically directed towards Germany, United States forces located in Germany. That's a time when I did a lot of stuff I'm not proud of. I did a lot of different vaccinations and immunization on people, soldiers, civilian personnel. I did not know what I was vaccinating them with because I should not know that. So they brought in suitcases clean ampoules with the material and I did injections. 800 injections an hour, special auto-injectors. I could not check any side effects, localized inflammation, generalized side effects, nothing. It was not my point, because military intelligence was breathing upon me. So, I spent some time in Poland, we took care of some things in there, and now I came in the United States. What shocked me now, for what is going on for the last 10 months, in the United States. We call this COVID, so-called COVID pandemic, let's put this way, gently. I want to speak that, I want to tell you something very interesting happened a few days ago when CDC decided not count flu patient cases anymore for 2021. What that means, all flu cases goes towards COVID numbers. Because they're not high enough in the United States. We have a problem, we have a deception, and we have a treason.
Yes.
I will speak about treason later. But treason on the highest level. So,
both of them?
Can you hear me okay without microphone? That's why I figure out. All right, that's good, thank you. So anyway, the point is what I'm trying to reach to you. When I start researching situation with COVID pandemic, and SARS-2-CoV virus, I learned that this virus actually clearly very similar as the 2003 SARS, severe acute respiratory syndrome virus, which happened in 2003. Similarities up to 80–85%, identical. So much identical that this virus cannot even be separated as a different strain of the virus. So that's okay, I understand. By the way, this virus now is no longer this virus anymore. Since July of this year, this virus changed and shifted into something else. They said it's mutated. So we don't have a SARS-2 anymore. We need to call it SARS-3 or 4 or 5. Because mutations happen constantly with this strange ghost-looking virus. Okay, that's fine. Yes, please. Oh, great. Thank you very much. Anyway, so what I'm trying to reach, what I'm trying to say here,
Orange blood,
what I'm trying to say that when public health departments, HHS and CDC, need to push up the numbers for whatever reason in the United States because it's too low, it's not enough mortality rate, the hospitals is empty, that something is wrong here, okay? Something is not right here. In the state of Colorado, I have about 6 locations. It's called alternative care sites. They spend millions and
Wait a
millions
second, I
of
was supposed to be a
dollars
moderator,
thanks
not
to
an
government
administrator.
policy on that locations. I'm joking. I probably understand that.
Hey, Jody.
28 million they spent on range.
You
Budweiser, $28 million. They already spent
Hang
the
on.
whole thing already. There's no
No,
patience
I'm a mod.
there.
Okay.
Nobody needs that. So what's going on with this country? Why are we facing this? I tell you why we're facing this. I go back to my communistic time. I was trained to destroy United States
Apparently,
of America. Forgive me for that, God.
we ran
forgive
somebody
you,
off
me.
of Facebook.
Please forgive me for that.
We did.
Forgiven.
We did.
I trained during Cold War to
Me,
destroy
Jody, and one other
United
person.
States physically, not
gone.
spiritually,
It was
physically.
trained. He was trained.
When I
to
say
destroy the
that,
United States.
That's how darkness works. Some people say, oh, it cannot be so bad.
Yeah.
He hopped over into his
People not
other
that
account.
evil.
I'm not
Yes,
gonna
it's a
do
lot of
that.
evil people in the world. I met
I hope
many,
you
I
respect
worked
me
with
enough.
many.
I'm actually
So,
not talking about that.
speaking of
Check this
vaccines, as we already understand, it's kind of strange and questionable situation about COVID pandemic. It just came just on time. So if I tell
See
you
the blue
the
line?
COVID pandemic was prepared for the last 19
Some
years in
blue
the United
archetype
States,
thing
are you
came
okay
over
with
in the
that?
firmament.
Yes.
19 years, I believe, since 2001, first Operation Dark Winter, exercise biological. Between 2000 and 2006, I worked in some
I'm
projects,
telling you.
some
I'm
classified
not worried about that one,
projects.
but I did ask her if
Environmental
they could,
test
she
site,
could, or
City Mercury,
him, her, whatever, they could send
for
that to my
NNSA,
messenger.
National Nuclear Security Agency. We did some work with DTRA, Defense Threat Reduction Agency. We did some biological tests inside the website, test site, and such things. It's a preparation. It's a long, long way. They know what they're doing and they know how they're doing it. It took a lot of years for them to prepare for this moment today in the United States. And it's a global mission to bring global communism in every corner of this land. Not only the world, United States. The plan of destruction of the United States right now is going with a full speed. And vaccines is playing a major role in this.
So the fight's tonight?
Now I go back to my history.
Yeah, let's place bets
My
on a
military
fight that no one
worked
can be
in
declared the
Poland
winner.
and
Any blood and the fight's
organizations and
over.
facilities
No
in
rules,
Soviet
no
Union and today in
knockdowns.
Russia, who fully developed many
A lot of
biological weapons
knockouts.
of mass
Yeah, I've been
destruction,
hearing that.
viral, bacterial,
Soon
and
as somebody gets
such,
cut, it's
mostly
over.
chimeric weapons. And I want to name
I'm
one
gonna Google
institution I am
Yeah.
familiar with.
Yeah,
At that
ain't no
time
fight.
was Lev Sandahiev, a
Soviet.
general one-star, who was
Well,
the
the
director
blood
of that
testing.
institution. It's called Vector Institute in Novosibirsk, Russia. What's special about this place? The special about this place, they built vaccines for people.
Status. This is
Vaccines,
funny.
innocent vaccines. At least that's
8
what they
p.m.
told
Central
the world.
Time. So that happened 3
But
4
what they
hours
was
ago.
building is
No in-person
weaponized
attendance.
viral weapons, chimeric, recombinant DNA type, messenger RNA, mature RNA type devices, biological weapons purified. They're still doing this after so long, about 40 years. Okay?
Okay.
What strikes
Did
me
they
the
leave?
most-
Did they fight?
The 6 companies, not say
Say
5
they're
companies
supposed to
who are
fight
actually
tonight.
involved today in production of billions and billions of vaccine, and one special, Pfizer. The coolers is ready already. They're standing and waiting. for the moment to start shipping. Ultra cold level freezers. Pfizer, I will talk with you about Pfizer a little bit more. But what strikes me the most, the technology which they using, so-called revolutionary
Tyson
new,
hasn't
it's all
fought
lie.
since
It's not
losing to
revolutionary
Kevin
new
McBride.
technologies. That technologies used 30 years
in
ago
05.
in Soviet
Jones
Union,
hasn't
and
fought
in China,
since
in North
defeating
Korea, in
Jeff
Cuba,
Lacey in 2009.
in laboratories biological, to develop biological weapons of mass destruction. Same
it probably
technology
hasn't
that they
happened
using
yet.
today to
No,
develop
it's
vaccines
the
for
main
us.
fight.
That's first message.
Apparently, Jake
Second.
Paul knocked out Nate Robinson.
1977, USSR 90-77 project.
Paul landed
What's so
8
special
punches.
about that?
3
It
of
was
them led to
H1N1
knockdowns, including the
influenza
overhand right,
outbreak
which ended the fight.
in China first.
That
Swine
one didn't
flu.
last long.
You heard the swine flu 2009, H1N1 also. It was happening
I
in
really want
1977,
to like stop it and
1978.
see where it's at,
So what's
but I don't
special
want to
about
take
this
it all the way
project?
back.
The special
Or
about
see
this
what it's
project,
doing, you know.
that in the city
someone
Leningrad, today
reads
St.
it.
Petersburg,
You'll know when it's done if it's done.
they used subway systems to spray
Well, it told me
weaponized
it's
influenza
capturing
A
everything on my screen right now.
Soviet population, 4 million sized people at that time in Leningrad, today St. Petersburg.
Screen capture?
2 million people become inoculated, sick from that. When you have special dispersal devices with influenza weaponized, obviously something happened. Why did they choose subways in Leningrad? It's the deepest in the world. They go very deep in there. So airflow is beautifully can be controlled. Environmental situation here we're talking about. Around 70,000 people died from that event. The World Health Organization today only know about this as just a swine flu or so-called Russian flu. It has nothing to do with Russia, it's all about China, again China. Okay? So what that means, why they did that? I tell you why. They prepared vaccines before they spread all that material in the subway systems, and then they inoculate and vaccinate innocent civilians in Leningrad with that new built flu vaccine supposed to be effective. 70,000 died. So many years later, what I'm seeing here today, is that some kind of repeat, Americanized style of communism coming to us? What's going on here? What's going on? The most technologies which used today by Big Pharma, and I already told you, is messenger RNA technology, which reprogramming our immune system and taking control of our immune system.
Hey, I'm gonna need your face.
We no longer control our immune system, it's controlled us. And it's released antibodies at the time when need to be released. Let's go back to Russia again. Russia has a lot of history, as you can see. Project Factor, classified project, Moscow, St. Petersburg. Early 90s. Designers of biological weapons for rheumatoid arthritis, myelitis, and lupus erythematosus. They overstimulate autoimmune system of people to create super fast, debilitating diseases. How long it takes to develop multiple sclerosis for a person? It takes time. If it's a biological release, it will take about 2 weeks, and person cannot walk anymore. Okay, what's familiar with this? Let's look at the story of AstraZeneca, one of the UK companies in collaboration with Novavax, is another company, United States, by the way. I think they're from Massachusetts or Maryland. Those two develop also vaccine. Very nice one, SF9-BV. The platform of this vaccine used insect. Moth. You know, moth flying? It's my Russian. Armorworm moth. That's what it is. So they extract genes from that insect and inject them into vaccine. Okay, and this is what we'll be actually receiving very soon. And I don't even care about that much, about this story. What I do care about is the immune system. Our immune system will be overstimulated and reactions not be just around injection site, which already proven by clinical tests what they did already. What's else about this special about this vaccine from AstraZeneca? Well, they have saponine. Saponine is actually natural soap. It's grown in a tree, Malena, I believe the name, from Chile. It's a bark from the tree. Big deal. What the big deal is, they used as an adjunct material to stimulate the immune system if it's not enough. Why do you think some people start developing strong clinical manifestations after they overdose them with these vaccines? Then they said, oh, we have excuse. We put too much dose. Let's decrease the dose. It's nothing to do with the dose. It's all about what's inside of that vaccine. Saponin is a material, adjuvant, which stimulates strong immune system. But the problem is it's extremely cytotoxic. It's not only destroying cells, but it's also create hemolysis in the cells. It means coagulatory system is damaging. It means people be bleeding to death, but not fast. Okay? Not fast. If we start with spleen, then we can talk about liver. So, okay, all these guys done already. Everything is fine and clear. What's the problem? What's the problem? Clinical trials is done.
He's so
fast, as you know. You've heard. You heard on the news few things. Do you think they actually showing you what actual clinical data is after all these tests? Why they're not talking about Filipino physician who died from that vaccination?
I stayed up for 20 years.
For example.
And I was down for about 10.
How about two women from UK who are now disabled practically? And I still have a question on the subject of that disability. Because one developed myelaidosis. And it seems to me like called ADEA, acute disseminated encephalomyelitis. Acute disseminated encephalomyelitis only happens in one person and 250,000 people. It's not normal. Vaccinations does not do this. Then my question is, why is the myeline got affected? Why she start losing intensively her myeline? Myeline used for what? Yes, for nerve signal. That's what it's for. When you have no myeline, signal is disturbed.
That way,
It cannot go from axon to dendrine anymore normally.
Once I
She
upload
barely
it,
walked a few months ago
or
and
whatever,
they said recovery will be 2 years. I don't believe recovery happened at all. But that's not the point. The point is why this has happened with her.
the only thing I hope is that no notification comes across there.
Only healthy, medically exempt and tested adults. And she wasn't healthy at that time. So what's the story
Didn't
here?
think about it.
Let's go back to the project.
You didn't think about something for once.
Russian Federation, the classified project factor. When they did tests on myeline and depletion of myeline, same technology used for development of biological weapons in Russia in the early 90s. What is going on? How did Big Pharma know all that stuff? Well, some people came. Defectors came. You don't know their names. I know only one name. Nikolai Popov, his name. He's a specialized in design bioweaponry from Russian Federation. He worked in Vector Institute and other locations. Finally, CIA found him in Texas many years ago. I don't know where he is now, but he has enough knowledge to help somebody for good money. I am not blaming anybody. I'm not using names. But you need to understand, there's a lot of evil science in the world, okay? There's a lot of evil science. And a lot of evil scientists. Okay, how deeply evil are they? Okay, Marburg U, biological weapon. Why it's U? Because it's developed from the body of dying doctor. Okay? Nikolai Ustinov, his name. He died in 1988 when he made mistake. He injected himself, his thumb, with a needle, with a Marburg wires, hemorrhagic fever wires, weaponized already. Instead, the mouth, he cut himself. Obviously, animal did not want to get that injection. He got it. He died very fast. In 1 week, he bled to death. All right, that's a story. You can read all this about him. But what happened next is interesting. They preserved his body for some time. They took some organs and actually create variant Marburg U after his name. And that Marburg U biological weapon is the strongest hemorrhagic fever biological weapons ever exist in the world. And it's still inside Russian stockpile. Okay, how many can be affected by that weapon? Many. 1-2 million in one shot urban area, New York or LA. Probably 3-4 weeks time. No vaccine, no treatment, and never will be. And never will be. What kind of crazy person can develop something which kills everything, including themselves?
Not tonight.
It's all about distance, my friends. An ocean separates Soviet Union from United States. Iron Curtain. It means Iron Curtain. It means it's shut down. Can you go to North Korea at any time recently? Anybody visited? Good luck. Try to penetrate this country. That's a serious stuff. They build biological weapons without resolution. What that means, kill as many as possible. As much as possible, as fast as possible. Okay, but it's the Russians. I mean, they're all crazy. I understand that. Yeah, they're crazy. In fact, they have technologies built biomass of smallpox, annual 200 metric tons annually. 200 metric tons of smallpox weaponized. Russians can build in 1 year. Why? 50 kilograms can kill the whole world in 100 days. Why you need 200 tons? Because we're all crazy. Because Lucifer does not have boundaries. And when men follow Lucifer, man becoming Satan himself. And we have those today who are working for Big Pharma and those like Bill Gates who actually serve him.
Yes.
That man put so much money into so many things. All vaccine companies controlled by him. All of them. You know how many vaccines actually built in the world today for COVID? Almost 200 modalities. 200. Every nation trying to build something. And only 6 chosen for United States especially. And all those 6, actually 5 of them, messenger RNA technology. Messenger RNA technology is unknown for human beings. Never tested before. So tell me, please, I just simply ask you a simple question. It's a logical question. Following CDC, recovery rate from COVID-19, 99.8%. I want to repeat myself. 99.8% recovery rate.
It's
With
the
this
accent.
disease, deadliest in the
That's like
world.
me. I like the British accent.
Yes. We're all afraid of it.
I love listening to Nigel
I'm still
talk.
trying to find somebody to meet who actually had it.
I can't
3-4
remember if
days and gone.
Nigel's Scottish or
CSQ,
British.
take some zinc and you're all right, okay? It's less mortality rate than seasonal flu
They use
somehow.
this word
In
frequently. I
fact,
really
mortality
can't
rate is
stand
only
it.
0.1,
But the word cunt,
0.5%.
which one
only.
uses that
So
all the
what
time?
is the
Scots or the
problem?
Brits?
Please tell me. Now stop yourself
Okay,
and
then
think.
Nigel's British.
With this type of a situation,
They just call each
we
other
need to
that for fun.
vaccinate 7 billion people on Earth and very, very fast.
Strong and
What's
authoritative.
wrong with
You know who my favorite
I
character
want to
was?
ask you just a logical
Natasha.
question. What's wrong with this picture? Mask wearing? I feel free in this room today, all right? I don't see
The
masks
Rocky
on
and
your
Bullwinkle.
faces. I don't see distancing. And I don't see lockdowns of this church. Okay? So what the heck is that about? H1N1, swine flu 2009. 67 million
Who does he sound like?
ill people in the
Boris?
United States. 67 million diagnosed with swine flu.
Boris and Natasha?
2009. Any masks? Any
Rocky and Bullwinkle?
lockdowns?
The evil villains?
Any distancing?
Somebody more
So
recent.
what's the problem today in 2020
Bloodlust?
with the strange
Yep.
ghostly
There it is.
type of
That's one.
coronavirus? It's so scary.
That's it.
Does so much inside of
Couple
me.
things he
I'm
said, he
shaking.
sounded just
So
like-
what's the problem here? The problem is agenda. This is a problem. And let me tell you something else, if you're not heard before. I believe every public health department in this nation infiltrated with communists today. I believe every state government and federal government infiltrated with communists today. This is why you have lockdowns and mask wearings and all that other stuff. They're just following Chinese style of response because Chinese know what to do about it. Are we become communistic country? Do we have any freedom left inside us, if not outside? So what's wrong with us as a nation, as a republic? It's agenda. Please understand. The message is urgent. And this is why I'm talking today about these companies like Pfizer. And now let's talk about treason. All 6 companies deeply connected to Chinese manufacturers and Chinese research companies. I just give a few examples. Pfizer. Yesterday on the news, 90% great results. Everybody, savior escaped. The savior escaped to the world to save us. All right? 2 injections, 21 days apart. No problem. Okay? So what's the problem is then? I tell you what the problem is. They forgot to tell you something very important. Pfizer working with BioNTech, German company. German company and Pfizer working with Fosun Pharmaceuticals from Shanghai, China. Oh yeah. How do they work with them? They developed vaccines for us. Such a big deal. Chinese develop vaccines for us. So what? Now we're talking about BIB a little bit more. Beijing Institute of Biotechnology and Academy of Medical Military Science of China. What I'm trying to tell you, that all companies who trying to build billions of doses of vaccines in the United States connected to Chinese People Liberation Army. It means Chinese military by defense. And to prove that statement even more, I need to talk about Chen Wang. She's a general.
Really?
She's a 1-star general. In the biodefense, it's not biodefense, it's bioweaponry complex of China. She's the head of all vaccination projects in China. All. And she has direct access to all vaccination companies in connection with United States providers. This is a treason, people.
You didn't think it was going to happen like that, did you?
Can you see what's happening? Do you think China loves you? Do you think Chinese military will not take opportunity?
Well, this is the first time we've been together.
Is that all
18 years.
examples? No, it's not all examples.
That's right.
Clove, another company, Chinese, also working with BIB. They all directly working with them. CanSino is another Chinese company. Also, so they all connected to AstraZeneca, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, actually through Chesson is another company, not Chinese, actually, but very deep roots in China since 80s. So what I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to tell you we have a problem. I'm trying to tell you that side effects which covered during clinical trials, and it's not very clear, they don't even know what kind of side effects happen in 2-3 years from now. The normal vaccination should take 5, 10, 15 years development of new vaccine. Up to 15 years novel vaccines time. Now it's squished into 2-3 months. Secretly, it was not 2-3 months. That was already a long time ago for you. Many years ago. I hate to tell you. When I read the paper from Moderna, I almost choked when I find that they proclaim on January 11 or 12, 2020, when for the first time Chinese CDC, whoa, trusted organization, right, sponsored and fed by Bill Gates directly, by the way. That organization said we send gene sequence, first 5 genomes to the whole world to see Oh, thank you very much, Chinese from Wuhan. It's a wonderful news. Then Moderna said they developed vaccine after that when they received that samples in 3 hours.
Wow.
3 hours. You understand? You know why? Because all these vaccines built with algorithms. It's mechanical. It's all built with algorithms. It's all computerized. They try and
First page,
reprogram
everything
us
got
now.
categorized.
They use vaccine
143
computerized to
genes.
reprogram our bodies, actually. Then they tell me, no, messenger RNA technology cannot
143
reach
genes.
nucleus
Like,
of the cell. No
calculated it all
way. It's
up.
not reach your DNA. Don't worry, people. It's not changing DNA. Are you sure?
24
not what I
pounds of
heard.
rice.
From Russia, when they did
Overall,
tests
bean-wise?
with mature messenger RNA and injected that stuff right straight in the nucleus. Though they did
40
different
pounds.
materials. They did different
4
techniques with
pounds.
gold, foil, zinc foil, and such.
6 pounds of sugar. That's
these.
not counting
Now they're using more advanced technology.
What's over there?
Chinese again, like CRISPR.
that we just bought.
You probably heard that technology. When they start messing
10
around with
pounds of
embryos.
pasta.
Yes? Yes, it's all humans done. Everything is done. Do you think it's all this? Oh, yeah, no. We're not doing this. We never do that. Are you sure when you have an agenda and you should be dedicated to this agenda? Okay, agenda. What agenda? The global communism. That's an agenda. And it's already here inside the United States. It's not coming. It's already here. Please understand that. We have very short time, people. Very short time. So in a few weeks, or maybe on November 15, I don't know, in 5 days from now, this shipments start moving. And people start vaccinating. Essential personnel, hospital providers, first responders, and all those public health nurses who need to inject others with these vaccines. And they don't even know what to do because they need to use dry ice. 160 pounds of dry ice for pizza box. They call pizza boxes, 1,000 vials inside. They can burn their fingers, nobody
Pizza
train them, just go and do it.
boxes?
Hey, not a problem.
Really?
I don't have a dry ice. We don't have dry ice. You know, Albertson maybe have dry ice. Public health departments do not have a dry ice.
Use that word, sorry.
My expectation for all these vaccines, ultra cold type vaccines. The problem, not just safety, then they unstable. Few 5, 6, 7 hours in a warm temperature, in a room temperature, they might start changing their structure. I don't even know if they're actually for COVID disease at all. I kind of trying to push on you this idea a little bit. Are you sure this is what it's all about? This so-called pandemic with 99.8% recovery rate, and the whole world need to be vaccinated fast. Then we're talking about digital IDs, then we're talking about immunization certifications, and all kind of stuff. There's a lot of stuff developed. Few more minutes. DARPA. DARPA is a dark organization, United States military.
I told you he smoked
They actually was open in the 50s.
I just told you.
Counterpart of
Hey,
Soviet
you didn't like
Union.
it?
I put a dick in my mouth
I
one
don't know if you
time,
know this.
and I didn't like it. You're still gay. I didn't move my head or anything, or flick my tongue. You're still gay.
DARPA, biological projects of United States. $100 billion. That's a lot of money.
Straight, I get drunk, man.
So do you think they will buy some embryos and grow in smallpox? Or
Tony,
something
you're
old
still
school
gay.
stuff?
Actually, he's good.
Oh no, they advanced very far, in
There's,
fact. All six vaccination
Luke.
companies who building vaccines for
Ah.
United States.
50 or 60 guys,
All
couple
in the
hundred
deep
thousand
relation
rounds.
and financial advantages
15,
from
20
DARPA
acres.
directly in
He's
the
got a.
United
He's
States.
also a good.
Why such a close
long
relation?
distance.
Let's talk about Moderna.
15, 20 guys with him. They got a
Moderna
big
is
deal
another
up there,
mRNA type
Village.
technology vaccine.
Tony,
They have
you're
a
still
close
gay.
relation with DARPA since 2013.
Tony's a good dude.
One full kernel. Oh,
Maybe
his
for
German
23
name.
years.
Dan Wadendorf,
Okay.
his name.
Well, I'm sure.
At that time, he was a full colonel Air Force.
Well, I know he is.
He got an idea.
Some dudes like
Oh, we want to do antibodies very fast for all soldiers and civilian
Hey,
population.
that was a girl
We want to
that was
find
down
these
in the-
biological weapons of Russians in 60 days.
Said they was
Oh,
fucked
good
up.
idea.
So,
To find
how long
98
ago
million
was
dollars
that?
we
If
give
he's
you.
been married to her
You
for
have a good
21
idea.
years.
He's
Not
63
for
years
his
old.
pocket, I'm talking about 4-year project. Moderna came and
Really?
started working on that subject.
Oh,
So
oh,
Moderna now, I'm not surprised, sponsored
Right.
by DARPA deeply, very deeply. Is that all what they do? No, it's a Project P3, autonomous system, which is supposed to choose best antibodies and the best soldier after blood extraction from him and multiplying that quickly. And now we're coming to the box.
Step up from the voters.
Project Box. What's a project? I call this box. It's not a Project Box, actually. It's
The
called Container
folder's in there.
666.
And I handed you the other 3 papers.
You know, yeah,
Where you
Lucifer
put them, I
Love
don't know.
to
But the
show
folder's
up
in there.
sometimes. Is that right? All the time. Everywhere.
The
Pages
originals?
for vaccines 060606. Okay, Bill Gates, I know you love the number. I understand. Military United States also love that number. Not the whole military, the special military, by defense projects. They're not working for us. They're working for globalization projects. They're working for UN, World Health Organization. That's who they're working for. Okay? So what's special about that box or container size 666? It doesn't even make sense. It should be about 8 feet by 8 feet. No, it's going to be 6. Okay, fine. The project it's called Nuclear Access on Demand Now. That's the name of the project. Kind of strange. Okay, fine. The point is, what they wanted to do, they want to build this mobile transportation complex. Looks like a container. Inside of that container, you'll see a lot of different instrumentation. And that container can produce hundreds and hundreds of vaccines in few days, very fast. Supposedly, only to fight biological terrorism. My goodness, I'm waiting for the biological terrorism for 20 years in the United States. Now, I'm not talking about biological terrorism when they send that senator, I don't remember his name, in the mail, bunch of anthrax. Oh my gosh, we're all going to die. All right? And the roots of that biological terrorism came from some fort, some kind of fort, all right, of the United States. And the person who was accused of that hanged himself. It's a different story. They helped him to hang himself. But the point
Where did
is,
you say he worked?
it's not the point here.
Huh?
The point
Where did you
is
say
they
he
want
worked?
to
Health department.
send
that
these
hard to figure
boxes
out.
all over the world.
I'm sure they don't
not
have
only
multiple
United
Igors
States.
employed.
So let's say every state had this complex in place.
Colorado.
Okay? Oh my gosh, something happened. I heard
Motherfucker, you're
biological
high.
release
Shut
occurred.
up.
Really? Hey, come on. Containers coming. We're coming to help you.
Colorado.
It's okay.
Motherfucker,
if
you're
they do
high.
this
Shut
on
up.
soldiers. I got a lot of stuff inside
Good
of me
joke.
since 17 years old, all right? All kind of revolutionary vaccinations. In fact, there was a revolutionary vaccinations because Russia today most advanced on immunostimulation of soldiers. I was running half naked in the streets of Leningrad, minus 20 degrees Celsius, and I could not get sick. I wanted to get sick, I could not get sick. That's what that vaccines can do to you. They stimulate innate, adjuvant, any kind of system, even autoimmune system stimulated. That's how much. Then you kind of get sleepy for a few weeks. But the point is, you're untouchable at that moment. How untouchable it is. I worked with the project multi-drug-resistant tuberculosis.
Nope.
They did not allow me and other teams have a masks on. There was coughing in our faces. And we breathe in, friend. I want to see if our vaccines work on you. So I was a guinea pig for many years myself. We only lost to one guy. He lost like half a lung due to tuberculosis. Everybody else, nothing. Nothing. Okay? Yes, they did a lot of different projects under the subject of immunostimulation. And I'm concerned about these vaccines now because all of them can overstimulate the immune system because we're losing control of our bodies over that. That's not a good news. So go back to these boxes, containers. Now imagine how fast they can develop that vaccine for us. In 2 days. No clinical trials at all. Immediate injection. Are you like that? Do you like be immediately injected by something, not even tested at all, because military told you so? But it's common, people. It's common, unfortunately, because we lose our freedoms. You will lose our freedoms fast. So, I decided to come out from the darkness, because I was in the darkness for a long time. Whatever I talk today with you is a lot more. I don't have time enough to talk about this. But the problem is, we're all duped by federal and state and local governments. I'm sorry to put this way directly to you. During Obama administration, for 8 years, they infiltrated every department possible in the United States with leftist ideology. Those people not just came there. I met a lot of people who have no education, even right to hold program management positions or being a senior administrator at all. They're not related. How you got the job? Not your business. Okay, what do you like the most? I love equality. In any shape. I don't like private properties. Let's give this all away. Let's have nothing and love our government to death. All one problem, don't forget eugenics. And I want to talk about Pfizer again. I cannot cover every vaccine company, but Pfizer is coming on board very soon. I researched Pfizer, a 3 messenger RNA formulation, not even one, a 3 messenger RNA coming into your body with different purposes. Some purposes innocent, some not. And some questionable, but it's patent. Who tell you? It's a secret. Sorry, cannot talk to you. I cannot talk to you about that. I'm sorry. It's classified. Okay, I understand. I feel already comfortable and cozy in my tummy. Okay? Now, the problem about this only one single Pfizer organization is this. They're using nanoparticles, lipids. 3 forms of lipids used.
Fucking battery on that bitch sucks.
I don't remember, LNP, polyplex, and something else. I don't remember. The point is,
Means I'll have to
they
take my
put
charger
that
every
messenger
day.
RNA between lipids like a sandwich. And that goes into the cell and penetrate membrane of cell without any problem. Goes deep inside. Okay, fine. It's not supposed to
This
reach
right here, this
nucleus
battery's
of the
phenomenal.
cell at all. It's not supposed to reach DNA or our human.
I wish I could have found another Zone 4, but
But the problem, forget about human gene right now even. I want to say something else. All that materials, and I did just yesterday this research I found, information, all have PEG, or pegylated artificial synthetic material. So
I'm
what is a
gonna say it's
pegylated
been
material all
recorded.
about? This material is practically plastic,
For
but
at
it's not just a
least-
plastic. That plastic not biodegradable. It will not degrade inside your body.
25
And it's
minutes.
more into it, the storyline. It will affect your offsprings more than you.
But I'm not sure.
How?
I look at the
Psychological
time when I
effects,
hit it. It
post-
just
paranoia,
3-2-1 me and started.
psychopathies, all kinds,
Pushed it past her
and
to where he was up there.
neurological effects
Then if
for
you
sure.
get
So we
Because
build
I don't
next
need to hear her.
generation of children in the
You
United
got plug that
States
down.
with such effects. It will be disastrous. Well, it's not happening. Just we just look at the local effects. A little boo-boo in there in the arm. So what? I want to look not at the boo-boo in the arm and little inflammation or edema. I want to look 2, 3, 5, 6 years from now. That's what I like to look. So forgive me if I say that, and I hope I cross some kind of ideas in your mind, but I call all these vaccinations against COVID-19 vaccine is a biological weapons of mass destruction. And I call it 3G, global genetic genocide. And this is common, not only to United States, but the whole world. Well, everybody estimate this and everybody estimate that, but the truth is, with this kind of vaccines untested properly, with revolutionary technology and side effects we don't even know, we can expect millions of people will be gone. That's a dream of Bill Gates and eugenics. He's sleeping and dreaming about this. Few billions be even better. Less mouth to feed. less water to drink, less air to breathe. They already put mask on us, so we're not breathing too much. So good, okay. The bail system love it, okay? So, if you say to me, well, that's all in the North Korea crazy people, or Russia, you know, the Putin and all that stuff, and all that bunch of killers in there. Oh, no, it's not the leftovers of communism at all. They're here, they're present. If you think Soviet Union collapsed, Soviet Union collapsed on time to collapse.
Hey, you know what?
They all went to shadows. And now in the United States, those who was in shadows for a long time coming out. And they're not the nice people. They're not work for us. They're not work for this republic. Who they work for? UN? World Health Organization? And of course, the group of special. The very special people. Don't talk about them. It's not even 1%. They're more special. It's 0.5% of those. Do not talk about them. Because they are control all of us. And honestly, with this COVID vaccination campaign, we'll all be guinea pigs. So let's see what's happening in 5, 7, 10 years from now. Do you think they gave us that much time? I think we'll see this a lot more and a lot more aggressive. And then they can blame, I'd call it plan 1 plus plan B. First they vaccinate us, and then maybe something else happen. Something else. Oh, second pandemic coming, but something different. You know what? It's not SARS anymore, SARS-2. It's not severe acute respiratory syndrome. Looks like viruses. It's probably mutated. Every time virus mutate, they tell the public it's become more infectious, more deadly, and bad. Every single time. We're not dealing anymore in this winter time with the SARS-2. It's already mutated in something else. They have no name even. The name is actually just a seasonal flu count for COVID cases. That's what it's all about. People have adenoviruses and rhinoviruses and little colds in their noses. And they immediately, what? Justify, that's a COVID. Let's do the test. Oh, I don't have time for tests. I need another hour to talk with you about RT-PCR tests and all these antibody tests and Bionex Now tests and all that, special tests, because they're all adjusted to specific messages and not by us. They came from some special manufacturing companies. And don't call me, please, conspiracy theorist. You know, my wife, my beautiful wife right there, June, and that's her, why I become actually Christian in 1992. She brought salvation to my life. What I want to say, 2004,
What was their theory of women men fighting man?
I'm not selling anything to you
I
at all.
was getting ready to say this.
It's 16 years ago, inside the red zone.
Jesus.
But my life miserable, all right?
He's exposing
And not miserable in
If he hadn't
Christ.
done that, he wouldn't be
After
doing that. He'd be trying
But
to
the
kill
point is,
Americans.
they call us conspiracy theorists. 16 years ago, we talk about New World Order is coming. The global communism is coming. Wake up, open your eyes, please. Do something about it. Is the American plan to do something about it? My question is. But you know what? When we are the Christ, and that's a good news for us, we always have a hope. We are going in a dark, dark winter. In fact, we're going in a dark century. If we have even survived that century at all. We're going in a very dark times, and it's not a joke. That's why my message is urgent to you. And I only want to say, if we believe the word of God, this we need to believe completely. In Isaiah 54:17, I believe, or 56, he said, no weapons formed against me shall prosper. And we stick to this, because it's a heritage of servants of the Lord.
Yes. Amen.
He gave us that for free. Okay? Doesn't mean we will not suffer. Doesn't mean we not suffer. What's coming here bigger than all of us. Only Lord bigger than them. Okay? That's why without him we simply perish. America needs repentance first. That's what America needs. And after that you need to choose your life. What do you want to do about it all? Because they come into you, to your families. They take everything from you. We're fighting now about small businesses and police. That Paulus is a puppy, it's a little puppy of nothing. It's nothing to do with him even.
I'll be over.
The whole small businesses will be gone with the wind, completely gone
We'll be doubled up on.
under communism. Your all private properties will be gone under communism. Your livelihood and your desires, your dreams will be gone at the communism when it's come. It's ugly. It's very ugly in the Luciferian. What you can expect from Lucifer?
It's
More than
harder to
nothing
get ammo
for
for
us.
that than it is the.
And if you bow down to this,
I need a box. All right,
and if you bow down to this before the Baal, it will not save your life anywhere. You think you take vaccine and everything be dandy and okay? I tell you what's happened with the United States in 2021, 2022 for sure. That vaccines become common annual, semi-annual event, mandatory for all. I lived under mandatory vaccinations half of my life in Soviet Union. You don't ask questions. In fact, you don't even ask what they're injecting inside of you. You just do it. That's what Chinese do today. They're not asking questions. It's not a good world to
Shot
live.
my pinky toe off.
Not a good
I'm
world to
throwing her
live.
out in the street.
Okay?
He shot her pinky toe off.
So, with this to say, I just want to tell you that
And Arsenio and the
I
other
think I
dude
screamed too much today.
was using
That's
her
emotional. You know, I'm not an emotional person. I never been emotional. Lord made me emotional. I never cried at all.
Well, shot, think you do it.
When we did strategies of the war with the United States, 100 million gone, 100 million here. Who
That
cares?
was one of my favorite
When
comedians.
you under the umbrella of Baal
He
system.
had some slick shit.
Who?
Arsenio.
But when Christ pull you out of that swamp, then you open your eyes and see, oh my God, what I am done. I am glad we all can be forgiven. And it's a wonderful thing for us. But I just wanted to tell you, get ready for the hard ride of your lifetime. A lifetime. You might see things you never see before in this country. You will not recognize this country. In 6-8 months, you will not recognize this country at all. And you say, oh my God, what's happened? Where are you, God? Why you lift your hands away from this republic? Without him, we all perish into the darkness of the Baal system. And that Baal system has no mercy. Never had, never will. So I want to thank you. I know I'm 1 minute over. I tried my best.
Keep
Thank
going.
you very much. And, if I have any questions, please ask.
He's going to answer
Yes,
some
I
questions.
answer the best of my abilities. Thank you.
Don't take long. Don't bother with it.
Wow. Did you fasten your seatbelt before he started speaking?
I forgot.
So I was blown away when we talked to Igor and his wife. Just everything that we've read, everything that we've studied, we're all researchers. It's conspiratorial, right? And people write it off. And if you're like me, you took it and you put it on a shelf. Yeah, we'll see. But little by little, we're seeing it being fulfilled now, rapidly, all the time. And here's Igor in June confirming it's not just a conspiracy. We're not crazy. We're not nuts. We're not extreme. It's really happening. So please write your questions. We'll have some people collecting questions and bringing them forward just like we do at every meeting. I want to just encourage everybody, part of what we're doing with Keep Colorado Free and Open is we're forming a community. We're like-minded. Doesn't it feel good to come every couple weeks and know that you're not alone, that there's other people who think the same way? Yeah. Who see the same things that you see, who believe the same things that you do. We don't have to be uniform in what we believe and what we think, but we all know that what's going on around us and what we're being told does not match the facts. We see that the data doesn't add up. We see that the mandates don't make sense with what's going on. We know that the tests are corrupted. We know that the data is corrupted. We know that we're being lied to, but it's so big that we don't know how to take it on. It's David and Goliath, right? Igor's right. The answer is in Christ, and we have to bond together as a group. We have to bond together as a community, and we're going to need each other to make it through what's coming. It's a complete downer. I wish that there was more hope. There's hope beyond this. So, but in the immediate time, we need to be prepared. All right, we have some questions coming in. Come over here. All right. How do you have a job in public health given your perspective, Igor?
Well, in the last years, that's actually, I'm glad 7 years ago I got this job in the state public health department. I learned a lot, and maybe too much. If you ask me how deeply I'm enjoying the job, well, I don't anymore.
It's funny, he said
And, I don't know.
trained all health departments and he's an ex-communist working in health.
I guess I'm glad that I see some things
Right.
other people might not, and I can analyze some
Yeah, I
things
knew
that
that.
people not. That's help.
Controlled opposition.
Yeah, who knows for how long I'll be around. Yes. A lot of
Well, one
people
thing about
think,
it,
well,
Steve,
man, you're still alive. Yeah, I'm still alive.
when a
okay.
Russian comes to
Still
kill
have a
you,
job. Yes, I
he
still
ain't gonna
have
be
a
shy
job.
about telling he's gonna
It's not
kill you.
about public health
When
department.
American
It's about
comes, he's gonna
coming
lie and
out
try to
from the
shake your hand,
shadows
give you some ice cream, and he's
and
gonna cut
cry
your
out.
throat while you're drinking it.
to people. That's what it's all about. Because we're in a situation when you need to do that.
Amen.
You just need to do that. Christian, unchristian, I don't care. You need to do that. You need to go and speak to others, please. So yes, I enjoyed working for public health department
I mean,
for some
if he
time.
actually
I
give
cannot
any more
say I do
information?
now, because I see
Yeah.
what's
There's a
happening.
couple
I
big
see
questions
that-
and answers that people's gonna need to hear.
They knowingly or unknowingly following the bail system. Bail system in place already in the United States. You just not see it yet, but its ugly teeth already coming out. And like I told you, most public health departments have infiltration already for many years, and this is what it is. So I just want to say, well, that's, where I am for now. My lucky number is 7 usually, so.
You want to see me make a wonder?
Can I tell them what you told us
Huh?
about? Well,
Oh, about, no, you can talk free. I mean,
He-
I have no
he told us
Yeah.
I may not have a job in 6 to 8 months.
Well, like I
When
said,
he's taking the risk coming out here and talking to people.
it's okay. I mean, I've been in the more precarious situations in my life, and you don't like when CIA knocking on your door and asking you for free dinner. I did that. All right, it's fine. They don't know much, by the way. That's a different story, all right? So they think they know, and they pretend they know, but they don't. It's other agencies much more qualified, but it's a different story.
All right, so here's 3 questions that are pretty similar. So can you talk about chipping and surveillance in the vaccinations, technology for tracking and tracing people, and the whole technocracy and globalists' desire to control every aspect of our lives? So all this chipping and surveillance and tracking.
Well, we're all tracked already, you just don't know. Anyhow, toss your cell phones and you'll be free. Maybe. All right. Speaking of tracking and everything else, one thing I forgot, which might be not related, or do related. 5G. When you turn the 5G on after vaccinations with these vaccines, some things might occur. Okay? And when I say some things, I'm not talking about you'll be brainwashed or something like this. Though I believe these vaccines is the first step in the transformational synchronization of your body. The more vaccines will be added to you annually in the form of a mandatory or not. Because they need to create links and bigger genes inside and shift it more and more from your human genome God gave you. Okay? At some point in life, it will not be returned. I don't know when it's happened. A lot of people, it's a surveillance? Listen, I heard some stories and I always looking for solid evidence because of Google and Oracle, two big corporations working closely with CIA and NSA. They have some projects actually, and I heard rumors that they actually put biochips into the vaccines for 2 years, and after that they disappeared, so they can actually control your temperature, your signs, your feelings, whatever it is. First of all, if they put something in you, they will not disappear in 2 years. All right, they will not.
With everything else in the
They're
background.
not self-destruct. Look, they can do self-destruction of your human body. That's a different story. In 2 years. Surprisingly, that's a different story. So surveillance, they're talking about bandages with all kind of hydrogel, okay? And a lot of companies doing all kind of research like this. Yes, that is correct. But the point is, again, what I'm seeing from my personal experience in communism, you still have your soul, but you don't know about it. Does that make sense? You belong to the state, including your soul.
They have one up there.
Does that make sense? I'm born under communism. I didn't know nothing else. I thought it's normal. Until Christ told me, no, it's not. There's no truth in that. It's a lie. Then you say, wow, light bulb there. Now, this type of communism is technocratic communism. It's still communism. It still control you, but you don't need to have 1 million KGB agents all over the place, like in Soviet Union, snitching around, sniffing around, okay? It's all be done by artificial intelligence. And unfortunately, yes, we're in that level now. Absolutely. Do I want to, tell everybody when I go to the bathroom? And for how long? And why you flushing so much water? You should not flush so much water anymore. We need to save for environment that water. I'm sorry. Okay? That's a global communism. It's a control. Yes, that's what it is. So I don't know if I answered the question. But yes, levels of surveillance is different. NSA think they know all. They don't know all. Also. Nobody knows all but God. Lucifer thinks he knows all, but he doesn't. And that's his downfall, by the way. So I'll be waiting when his house starts dividing, which will happen eventually. Because it's all about the power, nothing else.
Yes. Right. Ooh, you want to clap for that one? Yes. Okay. All right. So explain how Dr. Fauci is connected with Moderna and how involved is Donald Trump with all of this? And do you plan to have a conversation with him? Because he promotes the vaccine, right?
Yes, from what I heard, yes, he seems like promotes vaccines. And, $10 billion dedicated for that effort. Now, Fauci. It's not about insignificance. There's nothing to do with this. All right? I met in my life Faucis in Soviet Union, plenty. And I'm not saying he's a not brilliant virologist. I'm not talking about this at all. I know he has an interest in Moderna. I know he has stocks in not only Moderna, on other organizations. And that's why they pushed a lot. Specific companies, insignificant companies like Moderna or Novavax, who never produced nothing good at all, except losing the money. But they put stocks in them because it was a time to put stocks in them. They know how to manipulate market. They know how to manipulate people. It's very easy. So Fauci, I know he was very heavy. Should I not tell you this? It's not about him. I know he was a long time sitting there as a director. National Institute of Health, not the Institute of Health, and all this other stuff. Since 80s. 80s, yeah, long time. Yes, HIV, hero of HIV. Right. I have no evidence of anything. I just speak from my experience. Same years I was sitting in different military organizations, medical, in Leningrad, and listen lectures of some colonels, professors from Soviet military. They never mentioned him by name, of course not. but they did mention something, struck me, and I remember till these days. HIV developed by United States Department of Defense and tested in African population first. It's a biological weapon, tested, and it's a prolonged effect. It's gone for so many years, so many billions of dollars taken by some organizations to fight HIV. Let's create vaccine now. You know how many years has already passed? 40 or more? And we're still not there. We never will be there. That's actually a capitalistic way to do things, isn't it? Yeah, I give you a pill, but it's only work about 10-15%. I give you another pill in about a few years. You buy this one now, and we can keep going. So, I did not say that he was involved in operations. I just know that operations done by United States military in Africa. And, hey, that's all I can say about that. So I don't know personally Fauci, I don't want to know him. He wearing too many masks, I cannot see his face. He's faceless to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, now we'll go on a sensitive area. Yes, Donald Trump. Okay. He's a businessman, is that right? He always been. Apprentice. I love that show, actually. Wonderful show. You know, all that. He made a lot of money on that show. I tell you what I don't like about Donald Trump, and I'll be honest with you. Maybe this way I put it. He's saying that he care about people, but I'm not sure. Because he's pushing vaccines, and he is pushing vaccines, but the problem about vaccines, before pushing so fast and so powerfully, and invited so 50% of funds coming from Pentagon, this is not something I will do. First I say, why do I need to give this kind of stuff to people, still untested by the way, in the name of what? So is it a business? Is it some propositions? Is it some direction or some, plan? I know many people love Donald Trump. He has charisma. He can speak. Kind of. Yes, he repeats himself sometimes. But the problem is, I believe, he's a globalist. In fact, he said that. I think he's more globalist than nationalist. That's all what I say. So, you can disagree with me or agree, but I think history will reveal a lot of things about Donald Trump someday. That's all I can tell you. Right now, what I am concerned, that a lot of negative things happen in this country because of politics. A lot of very bad stuff happen here. And it still happens, even worse now. So, I wish to see the leaders of this nation stop that mess.
Yes.
Not talk about the mess, but stop it, actually. Stop it. Stop lockdowns. Say, hey, state government, shut up, okay? You will not lock down my people. I don't want to lose their jobs. Shut up, okay? Find the guts, say it. Or you agreeing with them, then? So what's the problem? What's the story? So I usually count man by his actions, that's all. I don't count man by his verbal expressions. I need to see actions behind. So that's about as far as politically correctly I just answered.
Okay, so here's another combination of questions. So who do we trust in the current government? What is the end goal? And what is the reason for wanting to test people for COVID? Testing for COVID.
Well, reason, okay, I start actually, who can we trust in government? You know what, how to answer this better? Government contained of people, is that right? Walking flesh like us. Maybe more corrupt than us. They have bigger salaries, bigger connections, bigger, stocks and all that other stuff. Who can I trust? I trust with the people. Maybe that'd be a good answer. You. I trust you.
Yes.
And I'm not a politician, never will be. I trust you. Because without you, we don't have a republic.
Yes.
What I believe, our politicians destroyed this republic.
Yes.
And I believe they need to be prosecuted for that crime.
Yes.
Crime of treason. I mentioned about treason with China. They sold us out for penny, maybe a little more than penny actually. When I have vaccines coming from Chinese military and I need to accept that in my body, I better die first. Because I know if I accept it, there will be a slow death. Okay? If I accept it, I in my knees before the Baal system. And communistic China is not the greatest example of life for me, personally. What's another question? See, my mind is going somewhere else now. No, that was on the last one, something.
The testing.
Oh, the testing. Okay. Well, polymerase chain reaction. Wonderful test.
And why are they doing it? Yeah, why?
Well, then I ask you a question. Why the creator of the test died like a few months before COVID starts?
It was coincidental.
Oh, yeah, I understand that. A lot of things
Suicide.
coincidental happen in Russia today.
Suicide.
Yeah, I understand. Somebody fall from the window and all that kind of stuff. Died from heart attack. Yes, I knew one. You know, was the director of Ultra Pure Biopreparations from Russia. He built super plague bioweapon. By mistake, he came in UK. Do not go in UK if you're researching designer of bioweapons. They take out of you everything and they kill you after that. That's what's happened with him. So, tests, they all fixed. By World Health Organization, amplification of PCR test is very high now. 42, 45%. Everybody positive with that test. Everybody should be 27, 30, no more. You think they did this by mistake? No, it's no mistake in any kind. Now, antibody test. What is shown to me? Nothing. That I was exposed sometimes in the past with some kind of coronavirus. It's 7 types of coronaviruses in the world. 7 which can affect human, and about a few hundred which can affect animals. So, which one? A little fragmentation found. Then we built amplified big piece and whoa, that's a COVID right here. It's not even look like COVID. You know why? A little secret, and I tell you now, that's not a secret. No isolate so far found in the world, purified isolate of SARS-2 COVID virus. It's none. It's not exist. Okay? It's a bunch of stuff, formulations, fragmentations with environmental mess inside. And that's what they call COVID. Not the COVID, SARS-2 virus. So all this testing something else then. Remember I told you in the beginning, this is kind of strange pandemic. I never see anything like this in my life. And even if it's actually done, it's done by Chinese laboratory, not by the nature. Another little secret, coronavirus does not create any waves at all. They come and they gone. 2 examples, 2003 SARS, came, gone, 10 months. MERS, Middle Eastern coronavirus, came, gone. I think this was 2012. No, this one is special. It's coming in waves. It's just coming back and coming back. You know for how long? We heard the bird from special people, yes? You know, all special people there. You can all research this, not special birds. Up to 10 years we'll be stuck with these masks. Up to 2030. You like this? You like mandatory masks on you for years? Because COVID is still there. Oh my God, it's killing somebody. I don't know where. And how and what and who. Anyway, that's about tests. So, very question.
She keeps going,
What do
gosh,
you really
she's
think?
good. I've heard her say it like 3 times.
So I'm going around like politician. Yeah, okay.
No, I'm
Okay.
kidding you.
Yeah, all right.
Because you're fun.
All I can say is, I hope
All
this
right.
worked.
How do we stop this?
Here we go.
How do we stop the mandates? And how do we escape
Love the answer.
from this and avoid getting immunized?
There's no escape. I'm sorry. I mean, I make my peace. My wife and we make my peace with God. I make my peace. So, what that means? Is that all hopeless? No. If we have God on our side, nothing is hopeless at all. The question is God lift his hands off of this republic? That's the question of the day.
Yes.
Is he's behind us? So what I should tell you, in fact, I mentioned word repentance once already. We all need to repent in the sins of America, okay? We all need to repent that we close eyes on so many sins and problems, that we put in power bad politicians who are not serving us and not serving God. That's number one problem. So what should we do about all this? If I say something strange to you, raise up, resist, fight. Ooh, Second Amendment. We have still Second Amendment in this country. I kind of trying to understand. I never had any amendment in Soviet Union. Chinese don't have any amendments. Australians don't have any amendments. Maybe that's why police officers dragging people out of the cars by the hair if they don't have a mask on. Do we need that kind of life? I don't think we deserve it. Or maybe we are deserved it. Then fight, then raise up, then unite. Then unite. How can we unite? We unite right now, all sitting us here. Nobody left yet. I was waiting for this. You know? Maybe because NSA hearing anywhere this message, so what's the difference? You don't need to call them. I understand. It's fine. Fine inside your heart. Investigate. What do you think about this? It's coming to your door. This is a difficult part because I lived under this type of environment, okay? When you're sitting at the dinner with your friends and families and you start joking about Politburo or Communistic Party or somebody in there, and the walls have ears, and they come and not immediately next night, usually at night, okay? And they like black color, I don't know why. Not Suburbans, but black vehicles for sure. And they take people, and they never see them again. Is this a life we're supposed to live in this republic? So what I'm telling you, what can I tell you? I'm trying to ignite the fire inside your heart right now. All what I want that you leave this presentation today, you will remember what I said. Because it is coming to your door and my door eventually. We can hold on for a while because we have a good police officer, highway patrols, sheriffs and all. They might knock down our doors. But somebody else is coming to knock down our doors. And those don't have a mercy. So what, they put you down and stick a needle in you? Or maybe let's come to this. I don't know. I don't want to predict, but I know one thing. Agenda is moving. The Baal system is before us. And it's much bigger than Goliath. It's a mountain. Without God, we all be gone. So it's only God is my answer, and I hope it's yours.
Amen.
That's all that I can say. Then what do? We disorganize. We don't have special units, like special teams with the weapons, and going somewhere and chasing somebody. Is that what you're supposed to do? Is this a God's will? First you need to ask yourself, is this what we're supposed to actually do? During invasion of BRICS, things happened long time ago. Is that right? How much percentage of population raised up? 3%? 4%? 1% be enough to stop the world order. Even 1%, even 0.5%, as long as you have a desire in your heart and you make a decision about your personal life. I'm worried about my daughter. She lives in Arizona. Okay, I'm worried about her. I'm worried that she take vaccine. We're talking about her about this every day. We're trying. And she's not very closely walking with the Lord right now. She has no strength, no backbone now. So we're trying to be backbone for her. I don't know what's happened, but nothing good will happen. I know that. If we not stop that madness, it's a madness, people. This vaccination is absolute madness. What's coming now?
Amen.
It's madness. How we stop the madness? We, the people, where we are. As long as Constitution just an ink
Like breakhead chicks phone.
laying somewhere, we always lose. You need to have a constitution of this nation inside your heart. And I'm a stranger in the land preaching this to you. I'm not born here, but I love constitution of this nation because the best document after Bible I never seen in my life.
Alright, we good.
So how many guns should I have in my pocket? Do I need optics? What do I do? Should I have RPGs? No, what you need is unite together. That's what you need, because when we unite, we're strong. When we separate, bail system wins.
That's why you're masking yourself and keep us out of church. Yep, and we can't let it happen. That's what we're about, resisting it.
That's right.
Good enough.
So, the founding fathers shed their blood, right? They didn't want to be under the system, and they didn't want their children under the system, and they were willing